Well, there's no end in sight from the energy crisis gripping the east coast of Australia. Residents in Queensland, New South Wales, Tasmania, South Australia, as I said, have been warned to brace for blackouts as early as tonight. Energy Minister Chris BOWEN says we're in for a bumpy winter ahead. No joke. But still no major decisions from the government. Joining me now to talk about what it should be doing, and you've heard from Jackie Lambie, I think that's a first stage, is former Resources Minister, Nationals MP Keith Pitt. Keith, we know there's simply not enough supply in the energy market. Do we need to put the renewable transition on hold for a while? Do we need to be serious about building a low-emission, high-efficiency coal-fired power station, bite the bullet and have the safety net in place?
Well, Chris, firstly, it's great to be with you. And secondly, what won't work is standing next to the gas pipeline, shaking your fist at it, demanding it has more capacity, or standing at the front of the coal-fired power station and demanding that the units come back on that are out for maintenance that take quite some time to repair.
Yeah.
But this is reality biting. It was always going to happen. You can't demonise the coal and gas sector and then at a time of great need, which is right now, ask them why it is they haven't invested enough, why it is they have so many units out, why it is that there's potentially an unexpected breakdown when you've invested so much money in intermittent wind and solar that fails every single day. This is just reality of physics and engineering.
Yeah. This trigger, the mechanism to make sure that we have more domestically accessible gas and less exported. We keep hearing about, this can't come into force until January the 1st, and Chris BOWEN said this afternoon, anyone from the other side who suggests elsewise doesn't know what they're talking about. Is he right? I question everything that comes out of that bloke's mouth.
Well, so do I. You won't find a lot of high-vis shirts in his cupboard, I don't think. But the reality here is very straightforward. The ADGSM, if triggered before October, won't come into force until the 1st of January. There is risk in terms of our reputational risk. I mean, you can't backtrack on decisions that companies have made to invest tens of billions of dollars and then completely change the playing field. Those decisions need to be made before they take final investment decisions. And regardless, there's not enough infrastructure to get the demand for New South Wales and Victoria from Queensland all the way to those states. The states can't walk away from this. They've been making incredibly dumb decisions. A moratorium in Victoria, no exploration, no new gas. We've got Matt Keane in New South Wales demanding that ideology trumps physics and engineering. Well, it just won't happen. And now the Australian people are paying the price.
That's very true. It was going to happen. It just has happened a little earlier than even the critics such as you and I have said. Your party wants to view a long-term goal of nuclear power, at least have a discussion about that. Are you on that same side of the argument?
I may well have started a lot of it, to be honest. When you look at the boxes you have to tick, firstly, it's zero emissions technology. One, there's a tick in the box. Secondly, it works 100% of the time. That is absolutely what we need. Thirdly, it is reliable. And fourth, it will bring new strands of technology and skills into Australia, which benefits our country and our people. But you need communities that are willing to accept that type of technology locally. You can't do it without them. And it's a long-term prospect. There is no chance that will help our current situation. Right now, we just need to get more gas into the market domestically, and we need to have more power stations online, ones that actually work. And I've got to tell you, mate, any of the states that walk away from applying the capacity mechanism to gas and coal, well, they deserve what they get.
Yeah. On another topic, a third asylum seeker boat has been intercepted near Australian waters. By my calculation, that's 3 in 3 weeks. The new government needs to hold firm, don't they? Because the more that come, the more pressure will be on the party internally.
Oh, the people smugglers are absolutely handing out the promotional pamphlets. Albanese and the Labor Party are in charge. They know exactly what happened in terms of their previous history. They need to stand firm here. And as much as I feel for the family in Billawheeler, I really, really do. I'm really concerned that is a precedent decision that says if you are not a refugee, you get to stay. And I think that's open advertising and sales for people smugglers.
What about this take back as opposed to turn back? What's that about? That's only going to cost us much more money than turning back.
It's more spin than a spinning top. That's about where it's at, I think.
You might be right. Keith Pitt, good to have you on the show. All the best.
Great Great with you.